Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Juan the Yarn Addict, and today I present week 3 of our 2025 Spring Crochet Along. This week features 11 rounds, beginning with round 26 and ending with round 36. This week we create flowers in the field, showcasing various stitches as shown here. So week 3 begins right here and ends right here. So please refer to the timestamps as needed to find your place, and feel free to rewind and replay as often as you need to in order to achieve the results shown here in this tutorial. Before we begin, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this tutorial started. Okay, so to begin, what we need to do is create a slip knot on our hook. However you do this is absolutely fine. This is how I do it. And once you have your slip knot established, what we're going to do is a standing double crochet in any corner. Okay, so yarn over, go into your chain space, draw up that loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, and go through 2. From here, we're going to go back into that corner with one more double crochet. And after you have your second double crochet in the corner, we're going to insert a double crochet in the very first stitch of the side, which is right in between my thumbs. Just like that. And from here, we're going to do a series of iris stitches, which works up in multiples of 5. So we're going to skip the first 2 stitches there after that double crochet and go into the third stitch with the iris stitch, which is 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So we're going to yarn over, skip, skip, go into the third stitch, draw that loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Let's do that one more time. Chain 1 and go back into that same stitch with 2 more doubles. From here, we're going to skip the next 4 stitches and go into the 5th stitch with an iris. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And that is going to be the repeat for the side. So continue inserting iris stitches in every 5th stitch. You're going to skip 4, go into the 5th stitch with an iris all the way down the side, and I will meet you at the first corner all the way down here in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the first corner of round number 26, and I have all of my iris stitches in every 5th stitch. And so at the end of this side here, you should have 3 stitches remaining after your last iris. So from here, what we're going to do is skip the next 2 stitches, and in the stitch right before the corner, we're going to insert a double crochet right into that last stitch. And then from here, what we're going to do is 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. So let's go ahead and do that. 1 and 2, chain 2, and we're going to swivel our work around and go back into this corner here with 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. From here, we're going to insert 1 double crochet in the very next stitch, right there. And we're going to repeat what we just did in the very beginning. We're going to skip the first 2 stitches after this stitch here and go into that 3rd stitch with an iris. So it's going to be 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Just like that. And from here, we're going to insert iris stitches in every 5th stitch. So we're going to skip, 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 and in this stitch right here, we're going to insert an iris stitch. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So continue on with this, and I shall meet you at the end of round number 26 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm approaching the end of round number 26, and I've inserted irises in the round in every 5th stitch, and so I have the last one here. And so what I'm going to do now is go into the last stitch before the corner with a double crochet. And then in the corner, I'm going to insert 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. To close off the round, what we need to do is a half double crochet join to the very first stitch of the round, which is this standing double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, go into the head of that stitch, drop the loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 loops, just like that. Okay, so just to recap, for each side of round number 26, you need a total of 91 stitches from corner to corner, beginning right here, this first stitch, all the way down to this stitch right here, 91 stitches. Okay, so to move on to round number 27, we need to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. The 3 chains will count as a double crochet, and round number 27 is worked in the back. So we're going to take our work and flip it over to the back. Okay. And so from here, we need to go into the corner with a double crochet. After you've inserted your double crochet, we're going to take a look at these first 3 stitches. And in the middle stitch here, we're going to insert a V-stitch. So we're going to skip the first stitch, insert a V-stitch in this second one, which is a double crochet, chain 1, and then go back into that same stitch with a double crochet. From here, we are going to chain 1, and then we're going to go into the middle of this iris stitch with a 5-stitch bobble. So we are going to yarn over, go in, drop the loop, yarn over, and go through 2, and we're going to repeat that 4 more times. Yarn over, go in, drop the loop, yarn over, go through a second time, yarn over, go in, drop that loop, yarn over, go through 2 a third time, and you can sort of see that right there. We've gone through 3 times. Yarn over, go in, drop the loop, yarn over, go through 2 a 4th time, yarn over, go in, drop that loop, yarn over, go through 2 a 5th time. And you should have a total of 6 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and go through all of the loops, chain 1 to lock, chain 1 to move on, and then in between the irises right here, you're just going to go into that space and insert a single crochet just to tie it into place. From here, you're going to chain 1 and repeat the bobble. So it's a 5-stitch bobble, and just for good measure, we're going to do this together again. So yarn over, go into the iris, draw up the loop, yarn over, go through 2, and we're going to repeat that 4 more times. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. You have 6 loops on the hook. Yarn over and go through all the loops, chain 1 to lock, chain 1 to move on, and go in between the iris stitches and insert a single crochet, just like that. Just for good measure, we'll do this one more time. So from the single crochet, we're going to chain 1 and insert a 5-stitch bobble inside the iris stitch in the chain space. So it's a 5-stitch. Yarn over, go in, drop the loop, yarn over, go through 2, that's 1. And we're just going to repeat that 4 more times for a total of 5 stitches. It's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. You should have a total of 6 loops on the hook. Yarn over, go through all the loops, chain 1 to lock, chain 1 to move on, go in between the irises, and insert a single crochet. So continue doing that, and I will meet you at the very first corner right here in just a moment. Okay, so here I am at the first corner of round number 27, and I've inserted my last bobble here above the iris. And so from here I have a chain 1 to lock. We need to do a chain 1 to move on. And so from here we're going to take a look at the last 3 stitches before the chain space corner. And in that middle stitch there, we're going to insert a V stitch, which is going to be a double crochet, chain 1, and we're going to go back into that stitch with a double crochet. From here, we're going to go into our corner chain space with a double crochet, and we're going to do that one more time. So it's 2 doubles, chain 2. We're going to swivel our work around, and we're going to go back in with 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And so that's what our corner is looking like so far. From here, we're going to skip the first stitch and insert a V stitch in the second one. So it's going to be a double, chain 1, and a double. From here, we are going to chain 1 and then go right into our chain space of the iris with a 5-stitch bobble like we've done previously. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You have 6 loops on the hook there. We're going to yarn over and go through all the loops, chain 1 to lock, chain 1 to move on, and come in between the iris stitches right here in this space and insert a single crochet. From here we are going to chain 1 and go right into the next iris stitch with a 5-stitch bobble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with 6 loops on the hook. Yarn over and go through all 6 loops, chain 1 to lock, chain 1 to move on, come down in between the iris stitches with a single crochet. So continue doing that, and I shall see you at the end of round number 27 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm approaching the end of round number 27. I have my last bobble stitch right here. I've chained 1 to lock. I need to chain 1 to move on. And so from here, I have 3 stitches remaining before the corner space. So I'm going to go into that middle stitch with a V stitch. It's going to be a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. From here, I'm going to go into my corner chain space with 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. So to close off the round, we need to do a half double crochet join to the last chain before the first stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, go into the last chain before the first stitch, drop that loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 loops just like that. Perfect. So just to recap, I'm going to make a bunny ear here. Turn the work over to just show you what we've created. And it looks like little flowers. So the iris stitch acts like leaves and the bobble is the flower. Very, very nice. Okay, so for round number 27, you should have a total of 41 stitches. And so here's the breakdown, because it is a significant change from 91 stitches in round number 26, okay? So in each corner you have 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4. And on this side here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? So 4 double crochets in each corner. And then from here, we have 17 bobbles. So if you count from corner to corner, you should have 17 bobbles here. And then in addition to that, in between the bobbles, you have single crochets. You should have a total of 16 of those. If you add all of that up, you'll have a total of 41 stitches. Okay, so that does conclude round number 27. And I'm going to flip the work back to the back side. As you can see here, we're on the back. And I'm going to put the hook back on the work, tighten that all up. And so from here, we are going to chain 2, and we're going to turn the work to the front. So we're going to flip back over to the front and begin round number 28. So the chain 2 will count as a stitch. In this instance, it will count as a half double crochet. And so in the chain space, we're going to insert another half double crochet. Just like that. And in the next 2 stitches, we're going to insert a half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2, just like that. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is insert a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet inside that V-stitch. A single, chain 2, and a single, all inside the V-stitch there. And that's what we're creating here, just like that. So from here, what we need to do is we are going to insert a single right in that chain space, chain 2, and then a single crochet on the other side of the bobble. And then we are going to chain 2 and insert a single on the other side just before the bobble. Chain 2, single crochet on the other side of the bobble. So there's a bit of a repeat here. We're doing single, chain 2, before the bobble, single crochet, chain 2, a single crochet after the bobble, chain 2, single crochet before the bobble, chain 2, single crochet after the bobble. And that is what we are creating here. We're creating chain spaces before and after the bobble stitch there. Okay, so continue on with this, and I shall see you at the very first corner. Okay, so I'm approaching the first corner of round number 28. I've inserted my single crochet after the bobble here, and I'm at the V-stitch before the corner. And so like I've done in the beginning, what we're going to do here is go right into the V-stitch with a single crochet, chain 2, and then single crochet, just like that. And that is what that should look like, just like that. Okay, so in the next 2 stitches after the V-stitch, we're going to insert 2 half double crochets, 1 in each stitch, just like that. And then in the corner, it's going to be 2 half double crochets, chain 2, 2 half doubles. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, chain 2. Let's swivel our work around and go back into the corner here with 2 half double crochets. There's 1 and there is 2. And so that's the corner right there. And so from here, what we need to do is insert a half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And then in the V-stitch, it's going to be a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And then from here, it's going to be a single crochet in the chain space before the bobble, chain 2, a single crochet in the chain space after the bobble, chain 2, and then go into the chain space before the bobble with a single, chain 2, and insert a single crochet in the chain space after the bobble. All right, so that is the repeat. Feel free to rewind and replay as often as you need in order to get this. And continue on with this, and I shall see you at the end of round number 28 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm approaching the end of round number 28. I just have this corner space left, and in this corner, I'm going to insert 2 half double crochets. 1 and 2. So to close off the round, we're going to do a half double crochet join to the last chain before the first stitch. yarn over, go into that chain, draw up a loop, yarn over, and go through all 3. So I'm just going to recap the round to you. Let me just make a bunny ear here. And so for round number 28, you should have a total of 81 stitches. And so the breakdown is as follows. In each corner, you should have 4 half double crochets. So per side, 8 half double crochets. And as for the single crochets, all the way down the side here, you should have a total of 38 single crochets. And then as far as chain spaces are concerned, including the one here, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, including those and everything in between, you should have a total of 35 chain spaces, okay, for a total of 81 stitches. We're not including the actual chains. So 81 stitches there. And so to move on to the next round, what we need to do is chain 2 and turn to the back. So this next round will be worked in the back. And the chain 2 will count as a stitch. So from here, we're going to go into our corner space with a half double crochet. And then from here, we are going to insert a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. From here, we are going to alternate the chain spaces and work iris stitches in every other chain space. So we are going to hop over the next 2 stitches and go right into the V stitch here, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet with an iris stitch. So we're going to yarn over, go right into that chain space with 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Just like that. From here, we are going to hop over this chain space and go to the next one, which should be in between the irises from down here. So just use that as a marker. Look at your irises, go in between and come up, and you want to go into that chain space and insert another iris stitch. So once again, that's going to be 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And you're just going to follow that repeat all the way down the side. You're going to hop over this chain space and go to this chain space, and once again, just as a marker, you can look down here at the iris stitches down here, go in between and come up, and you're going to insert an iris stitch right there in that chain space. So continue on with that, and I'll see you at the first corner in just a moment. Okay, so I'm approaching the first corner of round number 29, and so this is what our work is looking like so far. We've alternated the iris stitch in every other chain space. Super, super nice. And so from here, what we need to do is skip this chain space and go right into our single crochet, chain 2, single crochet with an iris stitch. So let's go ahead and do that. 1 and 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles, 1 and 2. From here, we're going to skip over the next 2 stitches after that V. So you have 4 stitches here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This spot right here does count as a stitch. So we are going to hop over these 2 stitches and insert half double crochets in the last 2 stitches before the corner chain space. So we're going to yarn over, go in, do a half double crochet, yarn over, go in, draw that loop, and yarn over and go through all 3. And so for our corner, we are going to do 2 half doubles, chain 2, 2 half doubles. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, chain 2. We're going to swivel our work around. and go into this corner here with 2 half double crochets. 1 and 2. From here, we're going to repeat what we've done on the first side. We're going to go into the first 2 stitches with half double crochets, 1 half double each. So there's 1, there's 2. And from here, we are going to hop right into our single crochet V stitch there with an iris. So it's 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. So there's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles, 1 and 2. And so from here, we're going to repeat. We're going to skip this chain space and insert an iris into the next chain space. And as a marker, as I mentioned before, just look down at the irises down here, go in between and come up, and that is where you want to place your iris stitch. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into that space with 2 doubles, chain 1 and 2 doubles, 1 and 2. And so there you have it. Feel free to rewind and replay as often as you need to, but continue on with this, and I shall see you at the end of round number 29 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm approaching the end of round number 29. I've inserted my iris stitch inside of the single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And so from here, like we've done on the other sides, we're going to jump to the last 2 stitches of the side before the corner chain space, and we're going to insert half double crochets in each of these 2 stitches. So let's go ahead and do that. Half double crochet there, yarn over, go into the next stitch, half double crochet there. From here, we're going to jump into the corner with 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2. And to close off round number 29, we are going to insert a half double crochet join into the last chain before the first stitch of the round. So we're going to yarn over, go into that chain space very carefully. Let's go in there, draw up that loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 loops just like that. So that concludes round number 29. I'm going to make a bunny ear here, and I'm just going to recap the round to you very quickly. So round number 29, for each side, you need a total of 26 stitches. It doesn't sound like a lot, and that's because each iris stitch has 5 stitches in it. And for each side, you should have a total of 18 iris stitches. And then in the corners here, you have 4 half double crochets on each side. So that's 8 half double crochets and 18 iris stitches for a total of 26 stitches. Okay, so to move on from here to round number 30, we need to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. From here, we're going to turn our work to the front. We are currently in the back. Just to recap, we're still in the back. We are going to take our work and flip to the front. We're going to turn the page and go this way. All right, so I'm just going to do that very quickly. And so from here, we're going to go into this corner space with a double crochet. So the chain 3 will count as a double crochet, and now we have the second stitch in the corner, which is a double crochet. So from here, we're going to insert a double crochet in the very next stitch. We're going to skip the next stitch. We're going to skip this stitch here and go into this one right here with a V stitch, a double crochet V stitch. Yarn over, go in, drop the loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, chain 1, and go back into that same stitch with a double crochet. From here, we are going to chain 1, and we're going to jump right into that chain space of the iris with 5 double crochets. We are going to make a popcorn. So 5 double crochets. Let me grab some yarn here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to make a bunny ear here. I'm going to go into that first double crochet, insert my hook into the bunny ear and tighten my tension. Then I'm going to take the hook and go through that first stitch just like that. I'm going to chain 1 to lock, chain 1 to move on, and from here I'm going to go into the space in between the iris stitches with a V-stitch, a double crochet V-stitch, yarn over, go into that space and do your double crochet, chain 1, go back into that space with another double crochet. From here we are going to chain 1 and go into the iris with a popcorn, 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Make a bunny ear, go into the first stitch, go into your bunny ear, tighten the tension, take your hook and go through the first stitch, chain 1 to lock, chain 1 to move on, and then once again go into the space in between the iris stitches with a double crochet V-stitch. Chain 1 and your double crochet to complete that V-stitch. So that is the repeat for each side. Just for good measure, continue on here and I'll meet you at the first corner of round number 30 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the first corner of round number 30. I've inserted my popcorn in the last iris stitch, and I've chained 1 to lock, I've chained 1 to move on, and so from here what we need to do is take a look at these last stitches here. So these 2 stitches are the one side of the iris, so we're going to look past that and look at this. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and this is the head of a stitch. If we turn this over, you can kind of see that that is the head of a stitch. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to skip this first stitch here after the iris. We're going to go into the second stitch right here. So if we're looking at it from the popcorn, we're going to skip, skip, and skip. So we're skipping the 3 after the popcorn, and we're going to go into this 4th stitch right here with a double crochet V-stitch. So we're going to insert a double, chain 1, and a double. And from here, we're going to skip the next stitch. And in the last stitch, we're going to insert a double crochet. In our corner chain space, we are going to insert 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Chain 2, we're going to swivel our work around and insert 2 double crochets in that corner space. 1 and 2. From here, we're going to do what we've done here, but in the opposite direction. So coming out of the corner here, in that very first stitch, we're going to insert a double crochet. We're going to skip the next stitch and go into the next one with a double crochet V-stitch. 1, chain 1, and then 1 double crochet. Just like that. So that is how we come around the corner. So feel free to rewind and replay as often as you need to in order to make out this round. So continue on with this, and I shall see you at the end of round number 30 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm approaching the end of round number 30. I have my V-stitch and my standalone here, and all I have left is the corner chain space. So I'm going to go into this corner chain space with 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And to close off round number 30, I'm going to do the half double crochet join into the last chain before the first stitch. So yarn over, go into that last chain, draw the loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 loops, just like that. So that concludes round number 30. So just before we move on to round number 31, I'm going to make a bunny ear here and recap the round. So for round number 30, you should have a total of 43 stitches. So that includes 6 double crochets, 3 on this side, 3 on the other side, and this is per side, so 43 stitches per side. 3 double crochets, and then for the V-stitches, you should have a total of 19 V-stitches, starting here and in between all of the popcorns. And then as for the popcorns, you should have a total of 18 popcorns per side, equaling out to 43 stitches per side. Okay, so once again, that concludes round number 30. So to move on to round number 31, what we need to do is chain 2 and turn to the back. So we're going to turn the page and we're going to flip to the back. And the chain 2 will count as a half double crochet. So from here, we're going to go into the corner space with a half double crochet. And we're going to insert a half double crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. In the V-stitch, we're going to insert a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Just like that. And I use that as a marker. So from here, what we're going to do is go into the chain space with a single crochet. We are going to chain 2 and then go to the other side of the popcorn into that chain space and insert a single crochet. From here, we're going to insert a single crochet inside the V-stitch there, chain 2, and a single crochet. And so that is the repeat. So we are going to go into this chain space with a single crochet. We are going to chain 2, go on to the other side of the popcorn with a single crochet, and then in the V-stitch, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Single crochet on this side of the popcorn, chain 2, come to the other side of the popcorn chain space, single crochet. So continue repeating this repeat until we get to the next corner, which is where I will meet you in just a moment. Okay, so I'm approaching the first corner of round number 31, and I've inserted my single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the last V-stitch here. And so from here, what I need to do is insert a half double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 1, 2, and 3. And in the corner chain space, we are going to insert 2 half double crochets, chain 2, 2 half double crochets. 1, 2, chain 2. We're going to swivel the work around and go into the corner here with 2 half double crochets. 1 and 2. So that is how you get around the corner there. Just for good measure, I will continue on a little ways here until the repeat begins again. So coming out of the corner here, after you've inserted your 2 half double crochets, we're going to look at the first 3 stitches, and in each of these stitches we will insert a half double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. From here, we're going to go into the V-stitch with a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. From here, we're going to jump right into the chain space with a single crochet, chain 2, and then we're going to go to the other side of the popcorn with a single crochet. In the V-stitch, we're going to insert a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And that is the repeat. So from here, we're going to go to the chain space with a single, chain 2, and then go to the other side of the popcorn chain space and insert a single crochet. And that is what the work should look like. Okay, so continue on with that, and I shall see you at the end of round number 31 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the end of round number 31. I've inserted 3 half double crochets above the 3 stitches from the last round. And so all I have left is this corner chain space where I'm going to insert 2 half double crochets. I'm just going to do that really quick. 1 and 2. Perfect. So to close off round number 31, we're going to do a half double crochet join to the last chain before the first stitch. So yarn over, we're going to go into that chain very carefully. drop the loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 loops, just like that. Okay, so before we move on to round number 32, I'm just going to recap 31. I'm going to make a bunny ear, and let's move on from here. Okay, so for round number 31, we have 5 half double crochets on either side for a total of 10 half double crochets per side. In addition to that, we have 19 of these single crochet V-stitches, these little pop-ups here. You should have a total of 19 of those on each side. And then on either side of the popcorn from the previous round, you have a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. You should have a total of 18 of those, okay? And in total, you should have 47 stitches. Okay, so to move on to round number 32, let's put the hook back on the work, tighten the tension, and we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. So round number 32 will be worked in the front of our work. Just as a recap, we are currently in the back. We're going to take our work and turn the page. So we're going to flip this way, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. And from here, we are going to go into this corner space with a double crochet. Yarn over, go in, drop the loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. So from here, we are going to skip the first 2 stitches, and we're going to go into that 3rd stitch with a double crochet V-stitch. It's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And from here, we're going to jump right to the single crochet V-stitch. And this round is pretty simple because all we're doing is inserting iris stitches in all of the single crochet V-stitches here. So we're going to go ahead and insert 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So there's 1, there's 2, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets. 1 and 2, just like that. And from here, we're going to jump to the next single crochet V-stitch. Yarn over, go right into the next one. 1 and 2, chain 1, and we're going to go back in there with 2 more doubles to finish that iris stitch. Okay, so continue inserting iris stitches in all of the single crochet V-stitches, all of these little pop-ups. Insert iris stitches all the way across, and I will meet you at the very first corner of the round in just a moment. Okay, so I am getting close to the first corner of round number 32. I've inserted iris stitches above all of my single crochet, chain 2 single crochets, as you can see here. And before we actually get to the corner, we need to insert a double crochet V-stitch. And so what I like to do is count backwards from the chain space. So we need to insert a V-stitch into the 3rd stitch. So here's the first one, here's the second one, and here's the 3rd one. So we're going to insert a double crochet V-stitch into that stitch. It's a double, chain 1, and a double. Again, counting backwards from the corner. 1, 2, and 3. So from here, we're going to jump right into the corner with 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. So here's my second double crochet. I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to swivel my work around, and I'm going to go back into this corner here with 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. From here, we're going to go into the 3rd stitch from the corner, skip, skip, go into that 3rd stitch with a double crochet V-stitch. It's a double, chain 1, and a double. From here, we're looking for our little pop-up here. This here is our single crochet V-stitch. And we're going to go into that stitch, into that chain space, with an iris. 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. And there you have it. So continue on with this, and I shall see you at the end of round number 32 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm approaching the end of round number 32. I've inserted my double crochet V-stitch in the third stitch from the corner, and all I have left is this corner here where I'm going to insert 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. So to close off round number 32, I'm going to do a half double crochet join to the last chain before the first stitch. Let's go ahead and do that. And before we move on to the next round, I'm just going to make a bunny ear and recap the round. And so for round number 32, it's a very easy round. You should have a total of 19 iris stitches going from corner to corner, 19. And then also you should have 2 double crochet V-stitches, 1 on either side, and then 2 double crochets in your corner chain space for a total of 25 stitches. It doesn't sound like a lot, but each one of these iris stitches counts as 1 stitch, and it has 5 stitches in it. We have 2 doubles, a chain 1, and 2 doubles. So although there are 5 stitches here, this counts as 1. So once again, for each side, 25 stitches. Okay, so to move on to the next round, we need to put the hook back on our work. And we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. So for round number 33, we are going to be working in the back of our work. So just to recap, we're currently sitting in the front. You can see the ridges here and all this. So what we're going to do is turn the page. We're going to flip this way. Let's go ahead and do that. And there we are. Okay, so the chain 3 will count as a double crochet. And from here, we're going to insert a double crochet in the corner. Chain space, just like that. From here, we're going to insert 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Here's 1, and here's the second one. From here, we're going to insert 3 double crochets in the V-stitch, right into that chain space. 1, 2, and 3. From here, we are going to chain 2, and then we are going to insert 1 double crochet in the chain space of the iris. So let's go ahead and do that. From here, we are going to wrap around this double crochet. Yarn over, go around, draw up that loop, that's 1. Yarn over, grab that loop, that's 2. Yarn over, go around, draw that loop, that's 3. Yarn over, come around that stitch and draw up the loop, that's 4. So you should have a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 loops on the hook. Yarn over and go through all 9 loops just like that. Chain 1 to lock, chain 1 to move on, and then from there we're going to go into the space in between the iris stitches and insert a single crochet. Let's do that again. So from here we are going to chain 2. We're going to insert a double crochet in the chain space of the iris stitch. Let's go ahead and do that. And from here, we're going to wrap around this double crochet 4 times. So we're going to yarn over, go around the stitch, draw the loop, that's 1. Yarn over, go around the stitch, draw up that loop, that's 2. Yarn over, go around the stitch, draw up that loop, that's 3. Yarn over, go around that stitch, draw up the loop, that's 4. And you should have a total of 9 loops on the hook. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yarn over and go through all the loops. Chain 1 to lock, chain 1 to move on, come to the next space in between the iris and do a single crochet. And so this is what it looks like. It's a little flower with leaves. Very, very nice. So we're going to do this to all of the iris stitches. So once again, we are going to chain 2. We're going to insert a double crochet in the chain space of the iris. just like that. And then we're going to wrap around this double crochet 4 times. Yarn over, go around, drop that loop. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4. You should have a total of 9 loops on the hook. Yarn over and go through all 9 loops. Chain 1 to lock, chain 1 to move on, and come down in between the iris stitches with a single crochet. And this is what our work should look like. Okay, so continue on with that, and I shall see you at the first corner of the round. Okay, so I'm approaching the first corner of round number 33, and I have my last iris stitch here. I have my chain 2, and so from here I'm just going to go into that chain space with a double, and then I'm going to wrap around 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over and go through all the loops. Chain 1 to lock, chain 1 to move on. And then from here, I'm going to go into my V stitch with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to insert 1 double crochet in each of these 2 stitches before the corner chain space. 1 and 2. And then I'm going to go into this corner chain space with 2 doubles. 1 and 2. I'm going to chain 2 and swivel our work around. And we're going to go back into this corner chain space with 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. So from here, we're going to go into the next 2 stitches with 1 double crochet each. 1 and 2. From here, we're going to go into the V stitch with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And from here, we are going to chain 2 and go into the iris with our double crochet. And then we are going to wrap around that stitch 4 times. Let me just recap that. So you're going to yarn over, go around the stitch, draw the loop, that's 1, and you're going to do that 4 times. 2, 3, and 4. You should have a total of 9 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and go through all of the loops, chain 1 to lock, chain 1 to move on, and then go into your space in between the iris stitches and insert a single crochet, just like that. Okay, so continue on with this, and I shall see you at the end of round number 33 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm nearing the end of round number 33, and all I have left is my corner space here where I'm going to insert 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. To close off round number 33, I'm going to do a half double crochet join to the last chain before the first stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to go into that chain, draw up a loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 loops, just like that. And so that concludes round number 33. Before we move on to the next round, I'm going to make a bunny ear here and recap the round to you. And so for each corner, you should have 7 double crochets, 3 in the V-stitch, and then 4 standalones, just like that. So 7 for each side. In total, you should have a total of 14 double crochets. So as for this stitch here, I'm calling this the flower stitch. For the flower stitch, you should have 19 of these per side going down. And then finally, you should have 18 single crochets in between the flower stitch for a total of 51 stitches for the side. Okay, so to move on to round number 34, we need to place the hook back on our work, chain 2, and turn our work. So we are going to work in the front. All right, so let's go ahead and turn our work. Okay, and so here we are. The chain 2 will count as a stitch. for this round, for round number 34, this will count as a half double crochet. And so from here, we're going to go into our corner with a half double crochet. From here, we're going to insert one half double crochet in each of the 7 stitches. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. From here, we're going to insert one half double crochet in this chain space. And then for this stitch here, we're going to insert a front post half double crochet. So yarn over, go back and around the flower, just like that, draw up the loop, bring that back around, and do your half double crochet. It's going to sit right above our flower stitch. And so from here, we're going to insert a half double crochet in the chain space, just like that. We're going to chain 2, and then go to the other side of the single crochet into this chain space and insert a half double crochet. And then around the flower stitch, it's going to be a front post half double crochet, just like that. And the stitch will sit right above the flower. And then in the chain space, half double crochet right after the flower stitch, chain 2, hop over to the next chain space on the other side of this single crochet and insert a half double crochet. And then once again, we have a front post half double crochet around the flower stitch here. And then on the other side of the flower here, half double crochet in the chain space, just like that. And we're going to chain 2 and continue repeating this. So continue repeating this, and I shall see you at the very first corner in just a moment. Okay, so I'm approaching the first corner of round number 34, and this is what our work is looking like so far. Very, very nice. Okay, so from here, we're going to insert a half double crochet in the chain space before the final set of stitches. So let's go ahead and insert that, half double crochet. And then in each of these stitches here, there are 7 of them in total. We're going to insert a half double crochet in each of the 7 stitches before the corner chain space. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. So from here, we're going to go into this corner chain space with 2 half double crochets, chain 2, 2 half double crochets. Okay, I did the chain 2. Now I'm going to swivel the work. And we're going to go back into this corner here with 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2. So coming out of the corner, we're going to insert half double crochets in the next 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And like we've done in the beginning, in this chain space, we're going to insert a half double crochet and then a front post half double crochet around the flower stitch. And then in the chain space after the flower stitch, we're going to insert a half double crochet, chain 2. We're going to hop over to the next chain space right after this single crochet and before the flower with a half double crochet. And then around the flower, so we're going to go half double crochet front post or a front post half double crochet. There we go. and on the other side of this stitch, a half double crochet. And that's what our work is looking like. Super, super nice. Okay, so continue on with this, and I'll see you at the end of round number 34 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the end of round number 34. All I have left is my corner space, and in my corner space, I'm going to insert 2 half double crochets. 1 and 2. Perfect. So to close off round number 34, we are going to do a half double crochet join to the last chain before the first stitch. Yarn over, go into that last chain before the first stitch, drop that loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 loops just like that. So that concludes round number 34. Before we move on to round number 35, I'm going to make a bunny ear here, and we're going to recap the round. And this is what our work is looking like. Very, very nice. Wow. Okay, so for this particular round, on each side, you should have 20 half double crochet stitches, 10 on either side. So 10 on this side and 10 on this side, from the chain space to our very first chain space here. So 10 stitches here. And then you should have a total of 19 front post half double crochets above your flower stitch. So 19 of those, and then 18 of the half double crochet chain 2 half double crochets. So you should have a total of 18 of those going across, all the way across, for a grand total of 57 stitches. Now I know this half double crochet chain 2 half double crochet is technically more than just 1 stitch, but for simplicity, we are just calling this 1 stitch. This whole situation here, half double crochet chain 2 half double crochet, and again, you need 18 of those per side. Okay, so to continue on to round number 35, what we need to do is put the hook back on our work, and from here, what we need to do is chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. That will count as a double crochet for round number 35. And from here, we are going to stay on the front side. So we're currently on the front. We're going to stay on the front for round number 35. And so from here, we're just going to swivel our work around. I'm just going to move the blanket here and bring it back up. Okay, so here we are. The chain 3, as I just mentioned, does count as a double crochet. And since we're staying on the same side, the chain 3 is the upstairs neighbor to this very first stitch on this side here. And so from here, we're going to go right next door and insert a double crochet in that very next stitch. And we need a total of 10 double crochets here. So again, the chain 3 counts as 1, here's 2, and we're going to continue doing this until we have 10 double crochets. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. So from here, what we need to do is take a look at the 2 stitches directly above the flower stitch. So this is a front post half double crochet. And what we're going to do is a double crochet cross using the next 2 stitches. So we're going to yarn over, skip this next stitch, go into the next one right here with a double crochet. And then we're going to yarn over and come back to that skipped stitch, draw the loop, and make a double crochet just like that. That is a double crochet cross. So from here, we're going to jump into the chain space here with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. From here, we're going to insert a double crochet cross in the next 2 stitches, coming out of that chain space. We're going to skip the first stitch here, come to the second stitch with a double, yarn over and come back to that skipped stitch and insert a double crochet. From here, we're going to jump into the chain space with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And we're just going to repeat the double crochet cross above the flower stitch here using the 2 stitches from the previous round, and then in the chain space 3 double crochets. Just for good measure, I'm going to do this with you one more time. So from here we are going to skip the next stitch, go into the following stitch with a double crochet, yarn over, come back to the skipped stitch and insert your hook and create a double crochet just like that. And then from here in the chain space 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And so this is what our work looks like so far. Okay, so continue on with this, and I shall see you when we get closer to the first corner of the round. I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, so I'm approaching the first corner of round number 35, and this is what our work is looking like so far. Very, very nice. Okay, so to move on from here, what we need to do is go into this very stitch that the double crochet cross is in. So this very stitch right here, we're going to insert a double crochet. So we are sharing the stitch there, just like that. And we're going to insert 1 double crochet in every stitch until the corner. And again, we need a total of 10 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Every stitch has an upstairs neighbor. Now from here, what we need to do is go into the corner with 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, chain 2, and then we're going to swivel our work around. Our project is growing. It's taking a second. And then in the corner here, we're going to insert 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. From here, we're going to insert 1 double crochet in each of these stitches here, the next 10 stitches, and every stitch gets an upstairs neighbor. So with this particular stitch here, this very first one, you're going to have to pull back just a little bit and actually take your hook and insert into the head of that stitch. It's a little tricky, but once you get it, it's there. So double crochet there, just like that. And then we're going to continue inserting double crochets in each of these stitches here. So in total, we need 12 double crochets. So 10 from the previous round plus the 2 in the corner. And that's how our project will grow. So we're going to continue inserting double crochets here until we have a total of 12 double crochets. And let's just double check our count. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're going to insert a double crochet in that very next stitch for 12. And then directly above this front post half double crochet, we have the 2 stitches. And that is where we are going to insert our double crochet cross. Yarn over, skip the next stitch, go into the following one with a double crochet. Yarn over, come back to the skipped stitch with a double crochet. And then from here, we're going to go into our chain space with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, just like that. So continue on with this, and I shall see you at the end of round number 35 in just a moment. Okay, I'm approaching the end of round number 35, and here's a quick look at our work. Very, very nice. And so just to quickly recap here, after the last double crochet cross of the side, we've inserted a double crochet in that same stitch. As you can see, it's a shared space. And then from there, we went ahead and inserted 9 additional double crochets, 1 in each stitch, for a total of 10 double crochets in between my fingers there. Perfect. From here, we're going to create our corner, and we're going to go into this space right here with 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. 1 and 2, chain 2, and we're going to go back into that space with 2 additional double crochets, 1 and 2. From here, we are going to go into the last chain here before the first fully formed stitch. Let me just swivel around here so we can see that a little better. So we're going to take the tip of our crochet hook and insert it into that last chain right here. Draw the loop and slip just like that. From here, we're going to chain 2. We're going to grab our scissors, snip that off, pull the hook away from our work, pinch and pull down, and it creates a knot that just will not come out. Very, very nice. And so that concludes round number 35. So just to quickly recap stitch counts, since we have no chains in between stitches, I'm just going to give you the breakdown here. So in each corner, you have a total of 12 double crochets, going from your corner chain space all the way leading until your first double crochet cross. So 12 on each side for a total of 24 double crochets. And then for each side, you should have a total of 19 double crochet crosses. And then you should have 18 granny stitches going across, 18 of those. And if you're counting stitches, every single stitch, you need 116 stitches per side for round number 35. Once again, that's 116 stitches in total per side. Okay? So that is it for round number 35. And for round number 36, we are going to turn our work and work from the back. So I'm going to go ahead and flip my project to the back. And so here we are. I went ahead and chose a different corner to start in. So we're going to start in our corner space here. You can choose any corner you'd like. And this will be the last round for week number 3 of our crochet along. Round number 36, okay, is the last round. So to begin, what we need to do is create a slip knot on our hook. However you do this is absolutely fine. This is how I do it. And so what we need to do is create a standing double crochet in any corner of our project here. So to do a standing double crochet, you're going to yarn over. You're holding the tail, just like that. You're going to go into your corner, draw the loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. That is a standing double crochet. From here, we're going to go back into our corner space with another double crochet. And from here, it's very, very simple. We're going to insert a front post double crochet in every stitch of the side here. And then in the corners, it's going to be 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. So just to recap a front post double crochet, we're going to yarn over, come down and around the stitch, draw the loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And we're going to do that to every stitch for this round here. So just for good measure, I will meet you at the first corner in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the first corner of round number 36. I just have a few front post double crochets to insert here before the corner. So I have this one here and then this one right here. Perfect. So from here, we're going to work into the corner, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. 1, 2. We're going to chain 2. We're going to swivel our work around. And we're going to go back into our corner here with 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. From here, we're going to begin our front post double crochets, 1 and 2, so on and so forth. Front post double crochets in every stitch of the round. So continue on with this, and I shall see you at the end of round number 36 in just a moment. Okay, I'm at the end of round number 36. I've inserted a front post double crochet in every stitch, just like that. And so all I have left is my corner space, and I'm going to insert 2 double crochets into that space. And then what I'm going to do here is a half double crochet join to the very first stitch of the round. Draw that loop, yarn over, and go through all 3, just like that. So I'm going to make a bunny ear here and recap our work. So as I mentioned, this entire round was front post double crochets, and then in the corners we have 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Very, very simple round. And for each side you should have a total of 120 stitches per side. And so as I mentioned, this is the last round for week number 3. So let me go ahead and turn the work to the front and recap what we've created for week number 3. As you can see here, we have beautiful, beautiful flowers in the field. I think that's what I'm going to call this week, flowers in the field. We have 3 rows of flowers, each row of flowers being different. Very, very nice. So that is all I have for week number 3 of our Spring Crochet Along. If you enjoyed this, please remember to hit the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. And then, of course, share the video. I would definitely appreciate the support. So that is all from me for now. And until next week, take care. Bye-bye.